Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Learn Physics Better with Blessing, a channel set up with the aim of helping students who are finding it difficult to understand the subject physics. We are still on motion, although we just concluded terms used in motion, where I explained speed, velocity, displacement, and acceleration. Please, in case you've not watched the videos on them, please go and watch it. It will help you understand motion better. So today I'm going to continue, like I said on my last video, I'm going to continue with key points, that is things that you should note when solving motion equations. Okay, we are going to start. Number one thing you should know is that when a body starts from rest, initial velocity is equals to 0. So if you're given a question and you hear or you say something like a body starts from rest, just know that initial velocity is 0. So, and remember I told you that initial velocity is denoted with u. U equals to 0. This is when a body starts from rest. The initial velocity u is equals to 0. From rest, u is equals to 0 from rest. So initial velocity is equals to 0 when the body starts from rest. Body hits the ground, or when the body falls on the ground, the final velocity is equals to 0. And remember I told you v, okay, second point, v denotes final velocity. V equals to 0 when hits the ground, when the body hits the ground. So v is equals to 0 when the body hits the ground. And another thing is, if the body hits the ground, let's say a ball that can bounce, a bouncing ball, if it hits the ground and it rebounds, the v is going to be converted to u, because it did not just stay on the floor, it started another motion up. So the v is going to be converted to u when the body rebounds. But when the body just falls on the ground without bouncing up back or without rebouncing, the final velocity is equals to 0. Point 3. When a body travels at uniform velocity, acceleration is equals to 0. And remember from my previous videos, I said uniform velocity, when a body travels at uniform velocity, means that the body travels at equal displacement in equal times, no matter how small the time interval is. So when a body travels at equal displacement in equal times, no matter how small the time difference is, the acceleration is equals to 0. And remember, a denotes small letter a to be precise. Please take notes, because b letter a represents amplitude. That one is in circular motion, but we're getting there. So small letter a is equals to 0 at uniform velocity. Okay, I think I have to be given lines so you won't mix it up from your view. So a is equals to 0 at uniform velocity. That is when a body moves at uniform velocity, acceleration is equals to 0. Give the line. Point 4. I have to do this too so that you will get it very well. You get a very good view. Point 4 is at turning point at maximum height, and when brake is applied, final velocity v is equals to 0. Turning point in the sense that you know when you're driving, u points, that u points, turning points, the final velocity there is equals to 0. Maximum height, that one is in projectile and the rest. Maximum height. V, final velocity V is equals to 0. When brake is applied, when a car is driving and brake is applied, final velocity at that instance is equals to 0. So V equals to 0 at at turning point maximum height and when I have to write that WL, sorry, when brake is applied. You know, bicycle too have brakes, so it might not necessarily be a car. Motorcycles, bicycle, anywhere you see brake is applied, just know final velocity at that instance is 0. The car reached its turning point, just know final velocity at that instance is equals to 0. The body reaches its maximum height, just know final velocity is equals to 0 at that instant. The body travels a distance and return back to the initial points of travel. The vertical distance is equals to 0. I'll quickly explain that. A body travels from point A, travels down to point B. Now from point B, travels back to point A. So when the body travels like this, the vertical distance, which is denoted with S, is equals to 0. Now you see the importance why I was giving the letters that denote, because instead of me to come here and start writing initial velocity is equals to 0, I will just pick the letter that denoted U, which denotes initial velocity. Instead of me to come here and start saying writing final velocity equals to 0, just pick the letter that denoted V equals to 0. For me to start writing acceleration equals to 0, just pick the letter that denoted A equals to 0. And that was what I did for here. That's what I did here. Vertical distance S, because S denotes it, is equals to 0. So now I hope you now see the importance of letter that denotes each terms. So with this, I'm going to move on to another aspect. Another aspect of it. Please permit me, I will have to clean this up because I need space. We are still talking about key points under motion. Alright, now this particular aspect is mostly used in calculations. So it is sub-multiples of units. Sub-multiples of units. So give prefix and submultiples. This video is to be continued. Please subscribe and turn on your notification button. Thank you for watching. Let me just give you a hint. This next video is talking about prefix and submultiples. So watch out and subscribe. Thank you. Stay safe.